Right. So here what I can see from my reference image, I can see that I have some yellow. So you have to think which yellow is good for you or which yellow you can feel, right? And if it is not clear, you can also prepare these kind of swatch, this color wheel. See, I have these color wheels and these are of these are different reds. Here I have used scarlet red. Here is a different kind of vermilion red. Here is a crimson red. So I've used different kind of reds to prepare these kind of color wheel. Okay. Again, I don't want to confuse you all with the color theories and mixing and all. That is completely different story. It's a vast topic. So here I'm just telling that this way you can keep color wheel with you and it is much handy and you can easily pick colors that this what I need, right? Right now we don't have a color wheel or we are not doing this color mixing exercise. So here you have to just guess which color you feel. So what I feel this yellow is good, which is this one, medium yellow. So if you have medium yellow, you can pick your medium yellow. Okay. I'll pick this shade again. I'll keep separately that I'm going to use this color, medium yellow. Then I have this a different kind of yellow, which is deep yellow. And this yellow is more like a orangish yellow. So you can also pick this color. I like this shade. Maybe I can use this one. And then I have this salmon pink. I like the salmon pink color. I will pick salmon pink. No, it's not salmon pink, it's light orange. So I can use this orange color. Salmon pink, I will not going to use, right? Then I have orange. Orange, I feel this lighter orange is also good. And this vermilion hue is also good. I'm going to pick this color and I also like red kind of shades. So scarlet, let me see which is scarlet. This is scarlet. I will use scarlet color. I will also use this dark color, which is again, I don't know what's the name. I can't see, but it's dark red. This red I'm going to use. So almost I'm using all these shades. This one, this one, this one, this one. These all will go with my palette. Okay. Then I have to pick one darker shades. So I feel like darker shade, this one is good, which is burnt sienna. So instead of using this darker brown, I can use burnt sienna. So I'm using this color. If you are not sure, is it same color? So just put a dot here. This way you will able to check that it's the same color or not, right? So I'm going to use this. Then I feel like this color is not going at all. I can use this color. So this is maroon. I'll again check here. Yes, so this is the same color. For darker shades, I can use this one. So I will pick this one. And then we have this, which is dark. So mostly wherever I see the darker area, I can use this color and it is dark violet, right? Now, what about these color? I can keep it separate. Okay, white I haven't selected. I have to use white also. So I'm going to pick white as well. Now, while selecting the color palette, I can keep this color separately because I have chosen my final color palette and this is my final color palette, right? I hope you got idea how to select color palette. Please type it down that got idea. Okay, why dark violet? Why not dark blue and green? You can use it. No problem at all. You can use it. The reason I'm not using blues here because if you use blues in first few layers or greens, so what will happen? It will going to make your paintings dull because blue is a complementary color and if somewhere you are using yellow. So in base you are using yellowish tones, orangish tone. These are all yellow based tones. And if you use blue close to them, for sure your work will be muddy. It will keep turning into a darker shades. or greenish kind of tones. Okay, that's why always avoid these color. I'm going to show you something. Let's see, this is a color wheel, right? Now, if you avoid the complementary colors, so it is good idea. It will not make your paintings muddy if you are avoiding. So don't use direct complementary colors, right? Always go with analogous color. So the colors sitting next to each other in your color wheel, these color, right? So if you're using red and you want to use something darker in that red, so red is tomato, and for darker shades, what I can do, I can go to purple tones. This will not make your painting muddy. Okay, so colors sitting next to each other in a color wheel, we call it an analogous color. Either you can move here or either you can move here. If you want darker shade, move this way. You will get the darker tone. If you want lighter shade, move this way. But avoid the direct complementary colors. It will going to spoil your work. So this is one of the biggest reason beginners, when they start, they keep spoiling their work. They think like they are using bright colors, but what happens? They are keep mudding their colors, keep mudding their paintings. Okay. I hope this much is clear. Okay. You're welcome. If you have any doubts, any question, keep asking in chat section only, right? So now you all got idea how to select the color palette, right? This is clear. Okay. Everyone write clear. Okay. Neelam, Poonam, Eamon, Gopal, Arthi, Claire, Hiba, Nancy, Ritu. Okay. Priya. Right. So this much is clear. Okay. Now what next? Now we have to see color mixing. This much we are sorted. We have seen the color, we have seen the reference image, wax free graphite sheet for from any. Yes, yes, you can get this graphite sheet from anywhere. You have to look for wax free. See, with oil pastels, wax sheet will also work. Any carbon sheet will work, no problem at all, because it's an opaque medium, right? But accidentally, if you are using for other medium, let's say watercolor, it's a transparent medium, and you are using that sheet and that watercolor sheet, your watercolors will not going to work in that area. So, to be on safer side, always go for wax free graphite sheets. On Amazon, it is available. Little bit expensive, but you can check on Amazon, it is there. Okay, right. So next, what we have to do? We know how to do line drawing. We know how to select the color palette. Now we have to understand how to do color mixing. What few colors will go in our set? So I'm going to share this thing. Okay. Again, same thing. Place your colors from light to dark. This way you will get a really good work because you are simplifying things for you. Otherwise, if you're directly picking from your oil pastel set, what will happen? You will always be confused what to use. Arrange it nicely. See, I always do this way. So now I will have no confusion. I hope you can see my this color palette, right? Okay, so what colors I can use in my base? First, I'm going to start with yellow. So I have this yellow. I can use this one. And I hope you can see my color mixing. So first, I'm going to use White I'm going to use in some areas, I'm going to show you later, right? But first, how I'm going to start, first white will come and I'm doing this color swatch. Then second, yellow will come. Any yellow you can pick. I have picked first this medium yellow. Now I'm using this yellow, which is deep yellow. Then I'm using a light peach color. Then I'm using pink. And this is how we are going to layer it. Okay. Then I'm going to use darker pink color. Sorry, darker orange color. Then I'm going to pick scarlet. Then I will pick this dark color, dark red. Then I'm going to pick this burnt sienna. And then I can pick maroon for darker shades. And then dark violet. This will be my color scheme. This is how I'm going to use. Okay, I hope you all got idea. These are the layers. So this will be my first layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, fifth layer, sixth layer, seventh layer. This way we are going to use, right? I'm going to show you only one tomato here so that you all can practice this tomato along with me today. And later, then you can practice in your final sheet and only do one tomato. Got it? I hope this much is clear. You all have to do only one tomato here. Now you can sketch roughly, or you can just use your line drawing to do it. Okay, it's up to you how you want to do it. I will just roughly sketch this. So I'm going to use this much space. You can use your line drawing. I'm just picking one tomato that we were discussing, this one. See the bottom one. Okay, I'm using the bottom right one. So let's study this one. If you study this one or any one, you will get idea how to do others. Okay, so here let's do it. I'm roughly doing it. You can just sketch it nicely, or you can use a line drawing. Take your time. We don't have to hurry. I am roughly doing it. Don't panic. Don't hurry. Take your time. So we roughly sketch this part. You can take your time, right? And um, okay. So now see, I have used this pencil and it has lot of graphite here, right? Now when I did this line drawing, there must be lot of graphite in my sheet. So what first of all I have to do? Always use clay eraser to lift the color, this graphite. Otherwise it can spoil your work. Okay. I don't know I have clay eraser right now or not. I have to search it. So I'm going to use the normal eraser. Okay, I got it. So this is my clay eraser. You can just look for clay eraser, just write clay eraser on Amazon. This is Faber-Castell brand, right? You will find different brands. You can use any clay eraser. In art, we just use clay eraser only. Now, what I have to do, I am going to lift the graphite. So when I was doing the pencil drawing, there is lot of graphite, and most of the time these tiny mistake can spoil your work. Now what I will do, I will just this way, I'm going to make the drawing light, and can you see here how much graphite we are lifting? So this spoils your work if you are not lifting it. Okay, so this way my paper is safe now. I'm going to get the fresh tones. See how much I have lifted. So your drawing should be visible to you, not anyone else. Only you should see your drawing. Okay. Now we are ready for the layering. Here, first I'm going to start from lighter. So this is the approach I always use. Always start from lighter shades to darker shades. And that's why I have placed my colors this way. Now I'm going to use white first. Why I'm going to use white first? To save my area, right? And here you can see there are few places which are highlights. So this is a secret which I'm telling you. First, always secure your areas. So here, somewhere here must be this lighter area. So I will just roughly add white to those areas so that when I do layering, these areas will be safe. Okay, so I roughly did white in some areas. You don't have to be accurate because we are just doing one subject. This you call a subject study, right? This is very important when we are doing any kind of painting, or you can say thumbnail sketch. Thumbnail sketch was very important when I was studying fine arts, right? So when we have to prepare any big size painting, we used to do thumbnail sketches. So this is, you can call it a thumbnail sketch or study that we are doing. Now here we are going to start from lighter tone. So first I have applied my first color, which is white, right? Now I'm going to use another color, which is yellow. When you see your digital reference, just notice which are the areas you feel like warm and glow. What are the areas you feel like warm and glow? And mostly I can see all of the areas, like here also, bottom part also, even the darker shade, the darker areas, still I can feel that warmth, that feeling of yellowish kind of tone. So what I will do, now I'm going to roughly with my light hand, okay, with your light hand, I'm going to zoom the area so that you can see nicely. Okay, so I will also guide you one more thing. How we have to do the layering. Understand this. This plays very important role, layering. You have to use light pressure, light hand, okay, when you are layering. So how we do layering? The biggest mistake people do with line drawing is they do dark. In very first stage, they used to do this way. They are going to layer this way, right? But the right way of blending and layering oil pastel is always use light pressure. So here what I do, I am holding my pastel with light hand, and this is what I'm doing. So always use this approach. This is completely wrong. Bad idea. If you are doing this way, that's why the most of the time you are not getting result. So always use this method for layering, right? Now I'm using same method here. Everywhere I'm going to use, and make sure first of all you secure your boundaries. This way you can keep two side. One side you can keep it fresh, like the edge part you can keep it for doing these tones, these areas which are like sharp and bright, and the another one you can keep it for large areas, right? So one side you can always keep secure for tiny edges part or tiny area. So I'm just going to work on this area. Go slow. Don't try to rush. When you rush, you will miss lot of layerings here, right? And you will do things with uneven pressure. And when you do with uneven pressure, what happens? Your color will not work nicely. Your I mean the first layer plays a very important role. So go with light hand and try to fill the space nicely. Don't worry if you are not able to fill the space. That's fine. It will happen naturally. You just have to focus on layering with the light hand. So this is how I will do. Don't try to go fast. It should be even. Even pressure from here to here. Here also. For layering, we use 45-degree angle, but here the area is small, so we can't use that 45-degree angle. Yes, first you have to cover the secure the area with white, and then on top we are using black, and then you can then you we are using yellow, and it's not a problem even if you cover that white area, right? So we have applied some white in our base where it was needed, and then we have applied multiple colors on top. So multiple layers we are going to apply. Later you will see what will happen with that white. Okay. Now slowly when I have used this color, now what? Next color I can use this yellow, which I have used here. This is deep yellow. So deep yellow again I can layer it same way. Layer with light hand even if you feel like you are applying it or not. But just keep layering with light hand. At this time you can change the position, change the way you were doing. Earlier if you were doing this way, now you can do this way. Keep changing. But I'm layering with light hand. Always keep in mind. Okay, so we have used this color. Now you have to look for areas where you can see that pinkish kind of tone or where we can apply that flesh tint color. So I have to look for areas where I can apply maybe this area. So wherever you feel like you just apply in those area, right? So how I'm doing layering, I am going in a small circular motions this way. Keep yourself muted, please. Someone is unmuted. Can you hear the background? Sorry, this sound from my side. If yes, please type. Can you hear the background sound? It's kind of a very irritating sound I can hear. No, okay, then good, good. After deep yellow, we are using this flesh tint I'm showing you. Flesh tint, if you have flesh tint, you can use flesh tint or you can use light orange. Okay, now how I'm showing this. Always go, if you are working in smaller areas, always go it this way. Small circular motions. The exercises that I'm sharing with you, I tell my student to practice at least 50 to 60 times. So now you can imagine the quality, right? And you are just doing it today. So don't compare yourself if you are not able to bring that kind of work, right? It everything take practice. And you are doing it maybe for first time or maybe for second time, or maybe you are doing this way first time, right? So wherever I see that pinkish kind of shade, I can apply. So only I'm not going to apply in this area because it's kind of white. Rest I can apply. Go slow. Don't try to hurry. And even we can apply, no worries. Maybe this area I can also apply. Some areas where I feel like I can use this color. If you don't feel, no problem. Okay. So little bit I have applied. Now I'm going to switch to orange. You can see your reference image and just check which areas you feel like more warm or which areas you can feel like this kind of color, which is orangish color, right? So I'm going to apply to those areas. This is orange. And same thing I'm doing, going in a small circular motion. And when you are working close to these area, you can use the back side of pastel, use a sharper edge to uh, tackle these tiny, tiny area. So close to the edge part or where it is a tiny area, you can use the back side of pastel. we do a exercise where we learn how to handle pastels. So if you think like pastels are broad, how should I work? So this is a detail exercise that we do. It comes under handling oil pastels, right? So wherever I feel like it's orange, I'm applying. And orange is everywhere. See, if you are turning this into a realism, it will take time. Even this single subject can take 5 hours if you really want to make this quite detailed, because layering will go, then you have to observe the subject nicely, right? So there is a difference always. You can do same subject in 10 minutes, you can do same subject in 2 hours, same subject in 5 hours, so it depends what you want. Now I am applying more layers in these area, and I'm going like small circular motions. You don't have to worry about how to fill this tooth part. Keep working. This area is quite dark, so we can layer it more. And we are just setting the base layers. So somewhere same orange I have applied less, somewhere same orange I have applied more, right? Now next color. So next color I can move to this darker orange, which is this one, which is vermilion hue. So it comes under reddish tone, it also comes under orangish tones, right? So vermilion is like this one. Here is a scarlet, and then here these tones are the vermilion red or orangish tones. So now I'm going to use this one. And now you go and do more small size circular motions. When you do small size circular motions, what happens? You are going to able to fill this tooth part, but we don't have to apply pressure. If you go slow and you keep going with this circular motion, you will easily able to fill up these areas. Also keep checking your reference image why we are doing this. Don't put too much of pressure if you are not able to blend. Again, I'm telling you, we don't have to blend at all. Focus on layering more. Okay, so we have applied this color. Now we are going to switch to more darker color. So I have this color, which is scarlet. So let's see how this scarlet goes. If I feel like it's working, so I will use it. Otherwise, I'll switch to more darker color. Now, wherever you can see some shadows of the stem parts, you can just add those shadows here. I'm directly adding this way. Okay. And this will help us to create more depth.
Yes, എന്തെങ്കിലും
Please write it down if you are asking something. Which color is this? I'm using scarlet. So I can feel some shade this way. So you can see I'm not applying everywhere. It is only few places. And see if accidentally your colors goes out, no problem. You need some of this kind of tool, which is a palette knife, and then you just scrape it extra color if anything goes out. Okay. And now I have used this color. Now I'm going to move towards the darker. So this is again a red. So I don't know what's the name of this color, but it's red, pure red. It is this one, this color, which is here. Now I'm going to check where I can apply this color. So we are slowly moving towards the darker tones, right? So I here is mostly a darker kind of line that we have seen. So I'm just working on those darker areas. And maybe at this point, your colors are not working because you have applied at least 3 to 4 layers, right? So, what you can do, you can change the way of doing. If you are doing this way, so try to do this way now. If you are doing this way, try to do this way now. Keep switching the way you are doing. And we take a breaks also. It's not like that I can finish this one subject in one day. No, it is not possible because colors are still, if when you talk about watercolors to colors, we have to wait for some time when colors are wet, right? Same way, this is wax and plus oil is there. So we have to wait after certain layers to get it dry. When it will dry, after then we can again use same pastels and it will work really nicely. Right? So I'm also maintaining the base layers and then I'm adding another layers on top. Okay, so I have used this red color. Okay. Now let's switch to more darker tones. So I think I will try this brown, burnt sienna, this one, which is this color or this color, right? Sometime burnt sienna is hard. So you will sometime face difficulty to apply this color. See, it is not working on top. But if I do it here, it is working because my red is softer than my brown, so it will not going to work. Accordingly, you have to make your decisions. If one color is hard, another color is soft from same brand, how to do it, right? So right now this is not working, this brown is not working that much. So you have to find the way that how you can do it, how you can make it possible. Okay, so first I will try uh, to use different hand position. If in that area I have applied this way, so maybe I can use this way. It will work. It also work that way, right? Or I will just see if it is working, then good. If not, so I'm not going to put much pressure because otherwise it will going to disturb my base layer also. So for now, this area is completely soft because layers are soft and you have applied at least 3 to 4 layers or 5 layers. It's a bad idea to use brown right now. I'm going to keep it side. Let's use the maroon, right? So if this is not working, switch to another color. So maybe this color will work. Let's see. So yes, this is working nicely. I'm going to use this color, right? Soft pastel, Ritu, are you talking about soft oil pastels or you are talking about dry medium? First, I want to know that which pastels you are talking about. Yes, of course you can use. But then you have to wait. If you are layering multiple time, see, I'll tell you one thing. If you want to do realism in oil pastels, go with hard pastels. If you do just impression kind of work where you just want just an impression of that particular subject, then you can work with soft pastels, right? And if you want a realism works, so we use three kind of things. We use combinations of pastels. Soft pastels, first we use hard pastel, then medium soft, and then super soft pastels. This is how we work. Now here is some a particle which is like oil pastel. It can affect my work, so I have to lift. Go with light hand. I'm not putting any pressure here, just a light hand pressure. If you want to work with realism, you want to create realistic paintings, so then you have to use combination. Soft, only relying on soft will not work. Soft pastels, you can't layer more, right? So I applied only in darker areas. Now what I have to do, uh, at this point I can do blending also. So now I need a blending tool, that is blending stem. So I have this paper stem, I can use this, right? What I will do, with a light hand, I don't want to apply any pressure. The same way you were doing earlier, same way you just use this blending tool, right? And make sure even your blending stumps are clean. Now I am, first of all, I will just go and work on areas which are lighter tones. Don't go in dark areas. So I can start with this yellowish portion and then I can go out, right? Go with lighter hand. Just imagine you are holding pencil and you are shading. If you are not able to fill those tooth nicely, no problem at all. This is one of the ways. Another way, what you can do, you can use your tissue paper and then you can blend it. I don't prefer like that. I mostly work with my fingers, right? I don't use a blending stump much, but yes, many of my students they go with blending stumps. I prefer to work with my fingers, right? Make sure your fingers are clean. And then with your fingers, you just dab it. We don't have to drag it. No need to smudge, no need to drag the pigment. Otherwise, you will feel like colors are coming off. Just dab it. Dab it means we are slowly, nicely fixing those things, right? Now this layer will be fixed. So dabbing will help you to fix the layers. You will not face those kind of issues. My colors are coming off, colors are not working on top. So this is what I do. I just nicely dab. Take some time, do the dabbing. We are not dragging here, we are just dabbing. And in dabbing, you will also mix some of the colors, right? So you can see same colors. Right now it is looking sharp, but when I dab it, so what will happen? It will just get blurred. And I want this. I want this blur. So still the color in that particular area, but now it is little bit softer. It is not loud. Same way I'll do all the areas. And see you have some pigment in your finger. Again, clean it. So this way we have done dapping. So you can see little bit smoothness is there. Now what I have to do? Always zoom your work. Always see your work from distance. You can put your work somewhere else vertically, go back few steps back and see your work, how it is looking, how much depth you have created, right? So that's why I'm zooming the screen. Now again, I will zoom in. Okay. Now what I have to do next, focus on darkest dark. Keep adding darker values more, right? Because lighter values are, I can already say it is there. Now, if you can't see the darker tone, again, same exercise, very simple. You have to just squint your eyes and see your reference image, right? So when you make your eyes small, you will see a darker area. So it's very simple. I can see this dark area. Keep squinting your eyes and just applying in those areas where you see the darker tone, right? So I'm applying on these areas where I can feel like darker shades are there. And go with lighter hand. We don't have to put much. So this entire area is quite dark. This area. If you want to make your work realistic, I'll tell you one thing. Don't keep the edges part darker. Don't keep it too dark. There should be always one light. That we call it a reflected light, which bounce back from surface, right? So if any light is coming, so here is a shine. So when light is hitting this way, coming from this way and hitting here and then here surface and then it bounce back and then here it create lights, right? So that light will be orange light. So I have to maintain that orange light here. There should be orange light. It will also be here because the the area here is more shine, right? And these areas are also more shiny. So mostly light is hitting this part and then going down, and from here surface level it will bounce back. So these area, the edges part will be more orangish. Okay, not too oranges but little bit. And now I'm going to make these areas more orange. So we have to right now work only on darker areas where we feel like tones are dark. And how you have to do it? Squint your eyes and see where you feel like it's dark. And now I'm just applying on top. How I'm applying? I'm just doing this way. See? I'm just applying this way, roughly. It is not like I'm applying darker. I'm applying roughly because we are still layering. Now, what else we can use to make it more darker? You have, see, brown is failed. We can't use brown. So what is left? We have left with this color, which is this violet color, right? And we are not going to use much, only few dots and dashes here and there so that it help us to create more depth. See, I'm just, if I add few dots and few dashes, it will going to help me. So I'm just defining few areas. And then I'm going to work on the stem part because we can't finish this subject today. Few layers are done. At least you can imagine one, two, three, four, five, six, at least 6 to 7 layers we have applied. Now we can't put lighter layers here. So we have to wait for some time. Now this color, darker color, I have to be very careful and I'm going to just apply this way. See, it should be this much light. And generally, this is the color, but we have to apply with lightest hand, right? So this is what I'm going to do here. Just I'm going to apply on top with lighter hand. Just imagine you are holding your color pencil. And it is mostly darker in this area. So we'll just apply only in this area, not everywhere. Right? And this side will come this brown color, which one color is not working. The color that I have replaced earlier, I'm going to check this if this is working or not. Let's see. Okay, this is working. Color, earlier I have selected this color, right? And it is hard, it is not working. So if any color is hard, what you can do, you can find the substitute. Just check your color swatches, which colors you have selected earlier. If this failed, I can use this color, right? So I am using this color now and it is perfectly working. So here with light hand, I'm going to apply. Not everywhere. Wherever I feel like is a requirement, I'm just going to use that area. Okay. And now I can again go and use the colors which I have used in base. So it is not like that once you have applied the colors you can't use. You can use multiple times. So I'm going back and I'm using the orange color, lighter orange, this one. So I will just go in a small circular motion in these areas and I will try to apply this color. So what is happening now after 6 layers? We are also blending with the lighter hand and plus we are trying to refine these areas more. Don't blend it completely. Don't make it flat. We are just applying with lighter hand. This area I'm going to use red color. Maybe this one. So here we have added this violet color and on top of violet I'm using red. Now this is not enough. Next day I'm going to come and again I'm going to add few more layers. And if I keep working today, it will going to spoil my work, right? For these lighter areas, now light, you can see most of the area light is not there. So you can use your color like, I can use this color white, and now go on those areas where you feel like it is lighter shade. So here is some lighter kind of shade. Base color which you have applied, I'm going to share tomorrow what you have to do it. But right now I'm just going to apply in this area where I feel like it's a lighter tone. And when you feel like there is pigment in your pastel, just clean it and then use. So don't leave the shine sharp. You have to little bit blur it and blur with the pastel, not with fingers. And wipe it if you have some, if you can feel like some particles here, so wipe with your brush, not with your hands. Okay. And then final, once again, I'm going to use my, maybe I can use maroon for darker areas. For today, I'm going to wind up. So what we are going to do, wherever you feel like darker touches and you want to add that darker touches right now, you can just do it with lighter hand, of course. Don't cover the edge part completely. At edge part, you can keep it orange. And if accidentally you have covered those areas, always take this kind of knife and you can little bit scrape the color from that area so that you can get the bright again. But it should not be too sharp. If it is sharp, so again go back with your finger, you can smudge it, or you can just smudge with your Q-tip. Right? Now let's come to this part. The green part, we haven't selected anything, so we can go with yellow. So I'll just apply yellow everywhere because yellow I can see everywhere. This is just a practice, okay? This is not a way to approach realism. This is just an initial stage that we are learning. First yellow, and then you can use greens. So you can layer it. Same way you have to select color palette for greens for the stem part. I will directly use this color which is sap green. I will use sap green. You can also use this leaf green if you have in your set, or look for other greens. Olive green, you can also use olive green. I have sap green here. This is leaf green. Instead of leaf green, if you have sap green, you can use. Yes, I also have this green, which is olive green. And some areas I can apply. Again, same thing you have to do. First of all, either you can look for darkest dark, mark those area, and then move to lighter areas. So I can hear if area is small and nothing is visible. So just first of all, look for darker area where you can see those darker tones. This area is quite small, so we can only do a sketching. For realism subject, we always use the bigger sizes, okay, or bigger space. We don't work with tiny areas or small sizes. Then I can use the sap green. You can use the back side of pastel to get a clean lines. So if there is any clean line this way, you can just use the back side of pastel or you cut it down. Working in tiny area, it needs some practice. Then I'm using this dark violet to define some of the areas. I'm adding some dots. We are not done with the subject yet, so we can't add final details and touches yet. But I have shown you the overall thing, how to do it. You just today practice this separately, okay? And then you share with me inside WhatsApp group. Here also I need that brown. So here this brown will work really well. I can add more shades this way. Now red. This red is also not working nicely because we have to wait today. Otherwise, it will not work. I can try the vermilion red. Right. So this is it for today because it will not going to work anymore. After this, we have to wait for one day and then we work on um, another few layers, right? So from here, at least 5 to 6 layers can go more if you are looking for semi-realism. And if you want to make it more realistic, then we look for more and more shades, we look more and more brighter tones, right? It is not still looking realistic because we have to add more lighter shades here, more whitish kind of tones, which we can't add today, right? So I will tell you a little bit about the base. Let's do the background part so that you get idea how to do it. Same thing for background. You have to select what is that one color which you can see in your base. What is that one lighter shade that you can see in your base. So I can see it's something like I have already few of shades here. I can pick any of. I think I can use this one. So which is this color, salmon pink, right? So I can use salmon pink and I can roughly add salmon pink here in base. I'm using for base color, the background part. Roughly same way, use light hand. Yes, so if your oil pastels are quite old, it will not going to work because oil is completely dry, right? You have to use a fresh one. So get the new one and then work because old oil pastels will not work. These are completely dry. There is no oil. So the background, I am going to now keep some distance between the foreground and the background. Otherwise, you can easily mess up. So here I am. Um, okay. So here just leave some gap between background and foreground. These areas you have to be very careful. First of all, it's small and then it can easily mess, or you can just leave that area, right? Use blending stump to blend that part. So I have applied this color. Now I can apply some browns. So I can see some browns. Here I can also see yellow occur in my base. So I'm just giving you a rough idea how to do the base. Okay. Rest we are going to do it properly. So let's say I am going to use yellow ochre. So I have yellow ochre here. Randomly, I'm going to just apply somewhere. Wood texture, how to create, we are going to see in the painting part. Yes, you can use peach, no problem. So I'm going to add some random this yellow ochre here and there. This is just a thumbnail sketch, okay? This is not a painting. We do a study, and this study is basically for value study where we are focusing on the lightest light, darkest dark. Now I can use brown. When we do these kind of value study, we get complete idea what colors will go in base. Now roughly, I can just add this way lines, roughly, because this is how the direction lines are looking. You just see that area, how it is looking, and then you do. I can see mostly darker tones in this area. And here also, mostly darker tone. Also, I'm going to use some more darker color, like which color I have dark. This one I have violet. So I can again use violet color here to bring more darker kind of shades. And randomly I'm going to use because this tomato is mostly like in um, dark. One side is quite dark. This area is quite dark. Only I'm looking for this. So the background for this one is quite dark. Now I'm not doing everywhere, but only few places because when we work on the foreground and then we work on the background, this will help you to enhance your tomato. If you just keep working on tomato and you think like it is not working, it is not looking realistic, so sometimes your backgrounds are also responsible to bring foreground in realism, right? So foreground, what is foreground? Your tomato is foreground. Background is your this waste part. Okay, so here also some darker tones are here. And then use some lighter color to smudge this area. So maybe I can use this salmon pink and then slowly I'm going to smudge the area. And multiple layers will go. It is not like you are done with base. This is just first few layers. More layers will come in your base. So here this area I am going to use lighter brown to smudge. Here more lighter layers will go. So I'm using white. and then look for more lighter shade which you can use here to break this shape. So if it is looking like a one big patch, you can use any color to break that shape. You can use again this salmon pink, and then you can add here this way so that it looks like a wood texture. That I'll show you when we will do the painting part, right? So today just it was a practice, and we have prepared our thumbnail sketch. Okay, and then we are going to use finger to do some dabbing. Dabbing will going to fix your layers. Right now, this part is looking like copy and pasted on top, right? So that means either there is a problem with the foreground or there is a problem with the background. So we have to keep refining, and we keep defining the areas. So it is like that few shades will come. Something is missing, so that's why few shades will come. And this is not finished again, and I'm saying it is just the overview I want to give how it will look with the background. And this is it. If it is looking sharp in this area, we have to reduce the sharpness. Just go like this on top with light hand and smudge it. Same way here, right? Okay, now I'm going to show you on my different screen. Just wait. Okay. So it is looking something like this from distance. We have done this much, and these are just first few layers, right? You have to understand, if you are doing the realism can take 10 hours. If you are doing semi-realism, maybe it can take 5 6 hours, right? And here we have just, at least you can say, in total 1 hour we have worked on this area. Okay, and still it is like not done yet, it is just half. We can call it 50% or 40%. Okay. You all, if you have any question, you can ask me or you can show me your work. Thank you so much, guys. I want to see your works. I want to see how it is going for you. Okay, very nice. Wait, let me see one by one. Okay, Veena, good job. Shades are coming up really nicely. Beautiful. Good job, Emin. Show me again. Show me close up. Emin, show me close up. Okay. Yes, Veena, I have seen. Good job. Good. Shades are beautifully coming up. Good job, Nancy. I like the background and foreground. Neelam, okay. A little bit, I can feel dark, but it's good. Your screen is dark, but it is looking good. Okay, Nancy, good. Gopal, can you show me? Okay, a little bit. I feel like just because of screen, there is a blur, but it's good. It's good. Show me from distance. Just take it back. Okay, right. Good job. So, okay, Veena, you have already prepared the entire thing. Very nice. Good. I like it. Beautiful. When you did this, you did on your own?
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday I just tried so
Oh,
that I can ask doubt.
okay, very nice.
Doubt means I can just ask.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm happy to see that you did so much of effort. Good.
Thank you.
Now, next one, which you do, keep these things in mind, which we have discussed
Yeah,
with,
ma'am.
right? Yeah. If you can add more lighter shade to your background, like one side is darker shades, one side is lighter shade, and one side is darker shade. So when you are working with your foreground, let's say your tomatoes, see what is the area around that subject, how it is. Is it dark, is it light, or is it mixed? When you see it like that, your every part or the subject which is around that area will going to help you to enhance that part, right? If you are working with this tomato, so just see this tomato and just see around areas. So half is the brighter light and half are the darker areas. So this way we have to think. Okay, otherwise overall it's going good. Just see these things area more and you will definitely get good results. Okay, anyone else? Only these few people were doing along with me. What about others? Okay, now what you have to do, you all have to share your works inside group. Okay, maybe after this, or you take some time, you finish it, and then share your thumbnail sketches with me. And after that, you can do first few layers in your this. Pick one app, this one tomato, you can pick this one and do it at least 50%. Whatever we have done in this part today, you can just do in this area, right? Only you have to focus on three things: dark is dark, light is light, and highlights. That's it. Okay? And share with me. And tomorrow I am going to teach you one thing. Maybe I can teach you this thing completely. And then I will tell you, I will ask you to do these in homework. So maybe I can teach you this one in detail tomorrow. Okay. So what's the day tomorrow? 29, 30. Right. So tomorrow I can teach you this thing and then you have to finish the entire, right? And then I'm going to show you the background of one area and then you have to finish the entire because it's all repetition. If I will keep doing the spoon feeding, so you are not going to learn anything, right? So I'm going to focus on this area and then you have to share with me this. And I am there with you. Continuous feedback will be there in your work. So when you do, keep sharing your work for reviews so that I can check and give you feedback. Okay?